Hello, welcome to NurseWorks in association with Tropical Pine Tree. This is part 2 of the Famillies Manual to the Secrets of Nursing Homes. I want to give you an overview of who I am and the things I have been a part of. Well, I am an LPN. I received my license in 1994. That's 25 years ago. For several years before that, I worked as a CNA doing home care throughout my community. My first job was in a hospital on the general floor. I worked there for 5 years until I moved north and worked in my first nursing home. When the nursing home closed for renovation, I took a job in St. Luke's Hospital in Duluth. I worked on the neurological and pediatric floor, but I found my passion was in hospice. I asked for and was granted a transfer to the hospice unit until I moved to Florida. Again, I worked in another nursing home while in Florida. These photos represent my volunteer work and my times at home with my family. I wanted to let you see who was writing this book and what I am all about. So sit back and enjoy. Now that I showed you a quick rundown of my nursing career, I wanted to talk about my pursuits in the literary field as well. In 2008, my kids and I started making phone apps. We made approximately 20 different apps, my son working on the computer side, my daughter did a lot of the artwork and the office tasks, and I created and researched the medical side. Barbara Martin and I wrote an online magazine called NurseWorks. It fast became popular, but we didn't know how to attain funding, and after a year decided we would regroup and try again later, as it was such a satisfying adventure. After that, my family and I made a few more apps, but realized that wasn't what inspired us. Once again, Barbara Martin was instrumental in my life and suggested I write a book. That's something every writer says they'll do, but not actually many accomplish. Barbara was so persistent, I thought I would start writing and found it to be something I had a passion for. I wrote a book that is now known as the Family Manual about nursing home secrets. The book was companioned by a website. I got so engrossed in the information I found about nursing homes across the country that I spent another year putting this information up on a website. And I knew a website couldn't do justice to the information I had found. About the time I began thinking what I would do with the website and the book, my daughter started pushing for a family blog. That is when I decided to combine everything into one family blog called tropicalpinetree.com, and I put in NurseWorks Facebook blog and the secrets of nursing homes and other things that we did on the blog, such as electronics, computer, artwork, and devotions. That's when I decided to put my book onto a vlog on that site, because I realized that the facts and figures were great, but it missed the personal side that would inspire and educate people on nursing homes. I could now expound on my work, putting into the mix things I had found in my website and also current events that would pop up as I continued to blog. Now I want to talk about some of the achievements I've gained and some of the places I've done writing, so that you kind of see that I have a rounded background in the literary field. I received awards at QVC for writing and working on their newsletter. And the one that I enjoyed receiving the most was the Orlando Business Journal, who recognized me as a healthcare hero. That was in 2011. Since then, I've also worked at a few other places doing writing. One of my first things that I did as a writer was work for Catholic Charities, doing personal information stories that would help inspire people to continue to give. I also worked for a neighborhood association, helping people stay safe and learn how to communicate with each other. I also was a staff writer at QVC. I wrote many interesting articles that gave me free roam of the building, and I could talk to anybody I wanted and report on anything, and received many awards from QVC with my writing. I enjoyed that very much. And that was about the time I got into my nursing degree and started my education in that. I also wrote for Disney World for about a year in their Tomorrowland Gazette. It was an interesting job, and again, I was given a lot of range to do stories that would help people improve their lives. Since then, I have been working with Barbara again, assistant editor in the Orlando Relocation Guide, and that has been a position I've held for over 2 years. I want to take this time to recognize a few people that have been instrumental in my life. Again, Rod and Tina, they're my daughter and my son. I couldn't ask for better kids. Your belief in me means more than I could tell. You look at me as a hero, a title I don't deserve, but I am honored that you feel this way. Also, good friends of mine, Barbara and John Martin. I'm thankful for your encouragements and your prayers. You've never given up on me. You held me to a very tight standard and demanded I meet it. Your friendship is something that I cherish. Also through Barbara, I got into a group called Creatively Called. It's a writers group for women here in Orlando. I've been a member of that for about, I believe, 7 years. And these people have been very instrumental in caring and encouraging to me as well. As far as my family goes, I have a sister named Nancy who has been very encouraging to me. She has also written some of the health food articles that you would have seen in NurseWorks magazine. And my sister Jane, who has also contributed some of her photos for the magazine. The creative bent in our family stretches back through many generations, and I'm glad to see that we are all taking advantage of our skills. For the future with Tropical Pine Tree, we've decided to spend most of our time working on video that would be 360, drone footage, and also just documenting the world around us and the fun that we have as a family. My son is a computer expert, and you will see on our blog that he's done several things to inform you how to be safe on the internet, what things you shouldn't open up when you get a notice in your email or on your computer. And we have a lot of family things where we just kick back and enjoy ourselves. So I hope that this has been information that you can use and that you'll know who I am and what we are all about. I hope you come along for the ride. We will be making several updated installments as the weeks and the months go by. I assume that this will take upwards over a year to complete. And this information hopefully will be very valuable to people in the future. Thank you for watching. If you found our video helpful, please pass it along to somebody else. And be sure to like us and subscribe. You can support us through Patreon. Look at our cool rewards.